Okay.
Okay.
Introduce every character and their district. Alright, this seems like it makes this is working better. I'm just gonna stick with this one depending. Because it just did the exact same thing as it did last time. Where it's like, yep, I get it. And then it just fucking fucks it up. District 1, Paradox of Power, Magneto, and Megatron.
Yo, I love those guys.
He got shrunk down to human size. I didn't tell it to do that. It just did that randomly.
Who? Oh,
Megatron.
Duh.
Yeah. He's no
Magneto's
longer
human
40
size.
feet tall. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Echidna are sacred and cynical. Icons of Death, Pyramid Head, and Sadako. Yeah, that makes sense. The Oddballs,
Yeah.
King Oddball, Peppa Pig. War Veterans, Samuel Hayden, and Ironwood. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The Ancient and Almighty, Genghis Khan and Almighty. Childhood Disaster, Sid from Ice Age and Snorlax. Digital Glitchers,
Whoa.
Pac-Man and Traveler. Traveler's the main character of No Man's Sky. Techno
Okay.
Misfits, Lucy and Jinx. I hate you. Philosophical figures, Buddha and Nagito Kameda, not Buddha and Jesus.
No,
District
Nagito.
11, YouTuber and a knight, H2O Delirious, and then the Mason Order.
Sick.
One person's missing. District 2, Nino Nankano. Oh, it didn't load properly.
Mm.
And Gus Fring.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Oh my god, this is awful. Why is it doing this? Alright, Bloodshed Bay opening scene. The tributes awaken in floating glass pods. I'm changing this part of the music. It's so. The Mason Knight grabs a plasma axe and screams, "For Agatha!" before slipping into zero G sludge and losing it. H2, he's already on the wrong team.
Yeah, I know.
H2 Delirious activates a door lock and traps Snorlax in a room labeled Command Center. No one has access to the map now.
Awesome.
That's an H2 Delirious moment.
Yep.
Sabotaging everyone.
Yep. Except Snorlax.
Jinx and Lucy hijack oxygen tanks and spray graffiti on the holes. What a bunch of lunatics.
True.
What's the point of this?
I mean, they are
Jesus
just.
Christ
One of
gives
them is
Pac-Man a
terrorist.
cracker. One is a terrorist, the other one's a lunatic terrorist. They're both terrorists, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Pac-Man, Jesus Christ gives Pac-Man a cracker. It's actually computer chips. Pac-Man now has wireless access to all cameras.
Well,
Okay. Peppa Pig drop kicks a mouse bot. Pyramid Head watches as he and nods in appreciation. Gus
yeah.
quietly poisons the med bay with whatever spiked paprika is, or space
Wait,
paprika is.
Guts?
Gus.
Oh, Guts. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Genghis Khan mounts a fire extinguisher like a horse and declares war on Seneca.
What?
This is space, by the way, so I think it's zero G.
Oh, okay.
Samuel Hayden calls Ironwood a lesser circuitry. Buddha builds a pillow fort out of escape pods. What? And Noah
Awesome.
disrupts him. Chapter 2, the hallucinations begin. The night, the moon, sings. Okay. Pac-Man versus Time. Pac-Man stares at a wall. The wall begins to hum. It hums a theme to Friends. He turns to Gus Fring and asks, "Could I be any more round?" Gus doesn't respond. Gus is now a giant burrito.
What?
And Pac-Man now starts to scream and eats the air vent. Jesus and Lucy. Jesus walks into the cafeteria. Lucy's floating cross-legged, holding a glowing fish skeleton. She says, "You're in my dream." Jesus replies, "I get that a lot." They sit in silence while the vending machine sings Ave Maria in binary. Mason Knight versus himself. The Mason Order Knight finds a mirror. He finds himself. But older, grayer, wearing teal armor. "Traitor!" he screams and tackles his reflection and screams victory. Sadako versus puppet show. Sadako crawls out of a toilet into a room filled with a puppet. Does anyone die? No one's dying.
Yeah.
Alright. Nagiga Kamita bursts into a maniacal laughter. Is convinced this is all a hope-filled nightmare. King Wall rolls around wildly, declaring a new anthem. Boink boink is smite the invisible. A hallucination only he can see, apparently. The Mason Knight, still clinging to honor, attempts to duel with his own shadow, claiming, "How dare you insult Agatha's legacy."
This guy's crazy.
He trips on a floating cable and faceplants, prompting iconic applause from H.O. Delirious.
Wow.
Sid is trapped alone in a failing airlock chamber. His frantic flailing around short circuits the door, controlling the door. Oxygen depletes. His gasp for last words are, "Ice cream, anyone?" Snorlax, immobile, asleep, blocking a crucial hallway, is suffocated when the compartment depressurizes nearby. He just explodes.
I see.
Peppa Pig tries to cross a corridor, but is ambushed by the Predator. After a messy scuffle involving the invisible cloaking and pig squeals, Peppa's last words are, "I'm muddy puddles now." Why did it do that?
Howdy doody.
Nagito hallucination intensifies. He runs into a stray laser grid and vaporized. King Godball, chasing his imaginary nemesis, falls into an opening maintenance shaft. Magneto, frustrated, his powers don't work on the station, tries to pull a pipe out of the wall. Then the pipe snaps, knocking him unconscious. He's found dead from internal injuries.
Oh my god. That's
Jinx
so
thinks
dumb.
the walls are melting into candy. She giggles uncontrollably while throwing a makeshift explosives that don't explode, or do they? Lucy is convinced her reflection in the floating monitors is a rival that must be destroyed. She begins smashing them, triggering a power surge that plunges parts of the station to darkness. Buddha, despite his calm exterior, quietly whispers to himself, "Inner peace requires inner chaos." He's becoming a violent lunatic now? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Samuel Hayden repeatedly tries to patch failing AI, mumbling about logical anomalies, while the AI mocks him. With Gilbert Gottfried's voice saying, "You can't fix crazy, Hayden."
Okay.
The Traveler finds himself paired with Ironwood. Jesus Christ surprisingly manages to calm down a panicking Nino Nakano. H.O. Delirious teams up with Gus Fring. Oh my god, that's the
Yeah.
worst.
No, it's not.
The alliance of sorta competent men, Ironwood, Samuel Hayden, and the Traveler, begin working together after realizing they're the only ones trying to actually fix anything. Lucy's interlude. Lucy watches a floating wrench orbit her head. She whispers taxes are fake and throws it at the camera, yelling, "Tell that to my therapist." She meets Gus in a hallway. They lock eyes. Then, without a hesitation, they both walk away. Jesus Echidna and a bottle of glue. Jesus finds Echidna reprogramming a toaster to sing sea shanties. He sits
Based
beside her
activity.
and offers her a protein bar. For a moment, it's weirdly romantic. What?
Oh my god.
Wait, it gets better. And then
Okay.
they look over and see Pyramid Head walking by, dragging a dental chair.
Awesome. What an
What looks like a
interesting
dental.
scene.
Yeah. It's oddly romantic.
Yeah. Right after she's reprogramming a toaster to sing sea shanties.
I imagine they're about to kiss and they just look over a mirror and just like.
Yeah. So good. Oh.
Pac-Man thinks the predator is a large lemon. Buddha keeps seeing ads for enlightenment written on the walls. Click here for Nirvana. Jinx mistakes her helmet for her sister. It's a mop. They hug anyways.
Awesome.
Awesome. You're right. Second death in the darkened hydroponics lab. Sadako slinks through the mist. She sees the movement, a glowing red dot. Boom. The predator decloaks, hurling a serrated blade. Sadako vanishes in her usual flickering, but her VHS mojo doesn't work in zero G. Peppa Pig taunts Megatron. You look like a broken vacuum. Megatron snaps. His systems were already unstable. Didn't Peppa Pig already die? Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Nagito's ghost? Oh, never mind. Yeah, it knows Nagito died. Fourth death, Nagito's ghost, or is it hallucination? Floats by Sid, whispering about hope. Sid panics and eventually says he's already dead anyways, doesn't matter. Fifth death, King. Yeah, they. What? Alright. Chapter 3, a screaming comment. The comment brings madness. Pyramid Head calmly drifts into a wall, embedding his blade into the floor. He remains stuck there for the next hour. Megatron sees the comment and declares it's a celestial Ken. He tries to command it, but it ignores him. Lucy and Jinx ride a dislodged vending machine like it's a hoverboard, looting snacks midair. Jesus uses zero G to form a perfect swan dive through the corridors, mumbling something about walking on air this time. Samuel Hayden catches Ironwood in the command hub. The two have argued for days.
They hate each other.
He blasts Ironwood through the power relay. The man fries instantly. Jesus witnesses it and says that wasn't very WWJD. What does that mean?
I don't know.
The Mason Knight stumbles into maintenance shafts filled with broken mirror panels. Each one shows a version of him kneeling. Blasphemy, he roars. He smashes the reflections. One behind one of them, Gus Fring. Gus calmly watches. The Knight doesn't notice him until he hears dignities before the wielding. He pricks the Knight's neck with neurotoxin.
Oh.
The oxygen wing, Lucy discovers half the tanks are gone. Jinx is twirling a wrench. I had to do what's best for me, Jinx says with a grin. Okay, that's it. They sabotage the oxygen for no reason.
For funsies.
Pac-Man enters the AI core. He chews through every cable. The station flickers. Alright, quick cut in scenes. Mason Knight, a stoic warrior in red blood armor, who grunts in Middle English, tries to draw his longsword, but it's magnetically sealed in his pod. Nino Nankano, pink-haired and annoyed. This is just rude. Icho Delirious, laughing behind his iconic mask, picks up a crowbar. Let's go!
Yo.
Genghis Khan only speaks Mongolian, doesn't care, immediately tries to conquer the oxygen tank room. General Ironwood, this place lacks structure. The Traveler, a quiet analytical scans everyone, says unit not hostile, and pockets a laser wrench. Echidna sips tea from a floating cup. Samuel Hayden, robotic and logical, immediately starts calculating who will die first. Buddha sits cross-legged. King Oddball, he's a giant rock with a tongue. No one knows how he got here.
Real. Love that guy.
Predator clicks threatening. Gus Fring calm. Sid screams. Whoa, this is wacky. Lucy arm cannon. That's it. Pac-Man round.
Pac-Man round.
Whatever. And the countdown hits 0. A haunting fog machine inexplicably activates. Then Jinx cartwheels across the low gravity, snatches 3 weapons, and throws them randomly. One bounces off of Sid's head. Magneto lifts a vending machine with his powers and crushes it. Okay. Peppa Pig bites Lucy's ankle. Lucy punts her into the storage unit. Genghis Khan screams and tackles Buddha.
That makes
He
sense.
immediately goes for the pacifist.
Yeah.
Gus Fring and Ironwood immediately form an alliance. Pac-Man eats an entire Hoover scooter and chases Nagito. The Traveler stealthily grabs a jetpack, vanishes. Fallen tributes. King Oddball, crushed by the vending machine Magneto launched through.
No.
Peppa Pig sucked into a disposal unit. Holy shit. Jinx shot herself in the foot and triggered a proximity mine. Great. Lucy bled out after chasing Peppa Pig and getting suit slashed.
Damn.
Magneto, the 2 most annoying people are dead, thank God.
Yeah.
Magneto floats, arms crossed, whispering to a ball of scrap metal. Jesus prays with Buddha and Snorlax. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Pyramid Head stands motionless, inches behind Sid, who doesn't move. He's not a sinner, so,
He's a Sid.
he's a Sid. Nagito, shut up. Nagito starts eating wires.
What? Why?
Samuel Hayden and the Traveler find an old robot core and plug it in. Okay. Chapter 2, Part 1. Good morning, Meat Mags. It's the Mind Games Day. The air filtration has been tampered with. If you're seeing ghosts, hearing screaming, or reliving your worst memories, don't panic. It's perfectly safe.
Yeah.
It's the night. He awakens, sword first, snarling. His armor is scratched from the night being spent hugging a control panel. He looks around the dim cargo bay and sees a battlefield. The ghostly remains surround him. Ghostly enemies surround him. Agathian knights in blue. He slams headfirst into a locker. Okay. Nino is in the cafeteria trying to find edible rations that aren't freeze-dried sadness. She turns the corner and finds 5 clones of herself arguing which one gets to go home. H.O. Delirious, this is gonna be awful.
Yeah.
H.O. Delirious is laughing at the vending machine, which he found in an air duct. You and me now, buddy, he says, stuffing candy bars into his pockets.
Good team up.
That's it. The candy bars start talking shit in response. You are gonna die, Delirious, says the chocolate. Your mask is stupid, said the sour gummy worm. She eats them out of spite. Echidna strolls calmly through a greenhouse module, long abandoned. Plants are overgrown, mist pools around her. Then she sees Subaru standing in the vines. He says nothing but stares. She blinks, he gone. Samuel spends the morning calibrating his motion sensors and typing calculations into the cracked tablet. He hears whisperings and binaries behind him. System breach, system breach, system. He checks his own code. His personality file is gone.
Oh shit.
Am I just a toaster again? No one answers. Buddha meditates on the ceiling. He floats gently, cross-legged, surrounded by LED lights. He sees no vision. He needs no vision. And he opens his eyes. Sadako is staring at him from below, crab walking on the wall.
Whoa.
That's it. She doesn't even attack him.
That's sick.
Predator finds a room full of skulls. Old contestants, space crew. It's unclear. He picks one up. He hears Dutch, who is Arnold Schwarzenegger, screaming, "You're one ugly motherfucker!" The skull explodes.
Yeah.
The green plasma. Gus Fring. Gus has begun to recreate Los Polos Hermanos out of crates metal
He's
and
making a
melted
chicken
plastic.
restaurant.
He sees Walter White standing behind the counter. "You should have killed me when you had the chance, Gus." Gus returns back to the fryer.
He just makes a chicken restaurant in his spaceship.
Oh, this is okay. I got spoiled something by accident. But Spids is lame. He just sees his grandma. Lucy's ghost appears in Nagito's hallucinations.
I see.
Nagito is pacing, murmuring monologues to a bent pipe. "You betrayed mankind. You failed us," he says.
That makes sense for him.
Jesus roams the dark chapel module of the station. The stained glass windows depict Peppa Pig riding a dragon.
Whoa. Didn't she die?
Yeah, she got blended.
Yeah.
Nagito finds a monitor on it footage of himself winning the Hunger Games. "No, that's too lucky," he shouts, smashing it to pieces. Then he finds another screen showing him being eaten by Pac-Man. He's like, "Ah, that's perfect." Pyramid,
That's
he sees
awesome.
nothing. He is the hallucination and the nightmare.
Whoa.
And Snorlax is dreaming of pancakes. Sadako crawls into a monitor, then out another, then out of a toaster. She's hallucinating a sitcom laugh track that plays every time someone screams. The traveler enters an observatory. He activates the console. The watcher stars collapse. Hears a voice. "You're the only one to ever escape this station." This traveler seals the doors behind him. Almighty floats through space in a divine orb of energy. Then the orb hiccups and turns into a blue animal.
A blue animal?
Balloon animal.
Oh.
Death. Pac-Man in a yellow fury devours a console, then a pipe, then a power converter. It sparks. He keeps eating. He opens his mouth wide and swallows the entire coolant valve. And explodes into pixels.
Oh.
Sorry. Genghis Khan has discovered alien flowers. He believes them to be a gift from the sky wolf spirit. He eats them. They are not food. They are toxic. He hallucinates being crowned emperor of the moon and made of horses. Sings in Mongolian, then dives off the railing, thinking he's riding into the sky. He slams face first into a pipe.
Damn.
His last words are Russian, apparently. That is, "Hey, what's this?"
Cool.
It doesn't look like Mongolian to me, but I think they could have the same alphabet.
Yeah, maybe.
Megatron, still furious about being stalked by Pac-Man's ghost, kicks open a bulkhead in the reactor chamber. Inside, Pyramid Head is waiting. Megatron scoffs, "Permanent meat puppet, I am your god." Pyramid lifts his blade in one hand and cleaves him in half.
Yeah.
Bitchin'.
Yeah.
I hate how it's spoiling the causes of death to me.
That does suck.
Dealer stumbles into a munitions room. He finds a box labeled "Emotional Support Landmines." He giggles and presses every button and explodes.
Wow. Yeah. Makes sense.
Nagito Kaneda. Nagito enters a hallway lined with mirrors, except none of them reflect his reality. Each version of him is a winner, a hero beloved. He starts sobbing. He shatters one mirror and a shard embeds in his throat. Bleeding out, he laughs.
Damn, everyone's just killing themselves by accident.
After killing Megatron, Pyramid Head churns and Magneto is floating right behind him. Filled with vengeance and metal rage, he rips the pipes from the floor and impales Pyramid Heads against the ceiling like a crucifix. He doesn't scream, he just simply stops moving. Emotional state recap. Echidna is unbothered, possibly potting tea-based mass destruction. Sadako, crawling the ceiling, sings the Friends theme song. Gus Fring and Ironwood both traps. Peppa Pig's ghosts, I don't know why that's there. Snorlax has moved, but now has an army of pet rats. Did he
Yo.
die?
No, he was
No, he
last
didn't. That's the
seen
old one.
dreaming
That's the
of
old one.
pancakes.
Yeah, that's the old one.
Yeah.
Buddha is ignoring with the current state of affairs. The traveler secretly gathers parts.
All right.
Not important. Ironwood set up turrets and motion sensors. He somehow made a plasma cannon. Oh, he made one the other in Ruby as well. I forgot.
Yeah, true.
Samuel has
The
tethered
DFT.
himself to a wall. Yeah, tethered himself to a wall and analyzing gravity fluctuations. The Traveler is hijacking the systems. Blah blah blah. The Traveler has retreated into the central AI core. He's piecing something together: drone parts and old data logs. He speaks to the station. He listens when it whispers back. He asks for the mainframe. What's the fastest way to kill everyone but me? The computer responds by opening every bathroom door.
Interesting strategy.
And Jesus continues to wander the halls barefoot. Peppa Pig, now hallucinated by everyone nearby, appears in the path and whispers, "You must find the chosen one."
Good to know. Peppa Pig
And
prophecy.
then Jesus starts to involuntarily moonwalk. Isn't Jinx dead?
No, I don't think so.
Jinx is dead. She blew herself up.
Oh.
Why is it fucking up so bad? It was so good. I'm gonna restart this one since not many death happened anyways. Not the entire thing, just this chapter.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say we started it a lot.
Peppa Pig is also dead.
Correct.
Lucy's also dead. Why is it adding Lucy now? Okay.
Okay.
Mason, Nino Nakano, Echidna, Samuel Hayden, Buddha, Predator, Gus, Sid, Magneto, Jesus Christ, the Traveler, Almighty, Sadako, King Oddball, and Ironwood are all alive.
Alright.
Did the Mason Knight die? No, he just saw a bunch of enemies and he slammed his head into a wall. Alright. The emergency's red lights finally flicker off, replaced by an eerie zero gravity stasis. Oops. The space station core hums, vibrating ominously. The Mason Knight, still armored and ready, tries to form an alliance. Neo rolls her eyes and agree. What? Oh, survivors gather reluctantly. Sorry. The Mason Knight, still armored and ready, tries to form an alliance. Might as well, he grunts, their strength in numbers. Nino rolls her eyes and agrees. Samuel Hayden hacks into terminals, his robotic eyes glowing. We need to stabilize the gravity or else we'll all be floating corpses in orbit. Magneto sneers, levitating nearby debris. Jesus Christ walks in, calm as ever, hands raised. Let us not waste energy fighting one another. Sid speaks nervously. The Traveler's helmet reflecting a dim light silently observes. Buddha floats peacefully. King Oddball bounces in, somehow managing to keep his crown upright. Let's get this party started.
Was dead.
Did he die?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's alive now.
Yeah.
I should have fucking saved. I should have screenshotted the Echidna and Jesus thing. Hold on one second.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Buddha floats, Samuel Hayden, blah, blah, blah. We have to stop the reactor, Samuel Hayden says. Tensions flare, someone breaks. Mason Knight tries to rally the group, but Jinx's absence is sharp sitting in the air. Why? They didn't know her at all.
She's back.
Like, no, I mean, no, they're saying, like, her death is, like, stinging.
Her death is stinging?
Yeah, like, we needed her. It's like, she died moments as soon as it started.
I see. I thought it was
Magneto suddenly lets loose a burst of magnetic force, sending floating tools crashing. Gus Fring eyes Magneto. Control yourself, he says. Echidna smiles thinly. The reactor isn't the only ticking bomb here. Suddenly, Sid screams. A floating shard of glass pierces Buddha.
No.
Samuel Hayden hacks faster. Gravity was stabilized for 2 minutes before failing again. We must reach the core. King Oddball fumbles, but surprisingly helps guide Sid through the twisting doors. Nino and Mason Knight provide cover while Predator stalks ahead silently. The Traveler quietly hacks into the ancient console, opening a shortcut.
Are they all teaming up?
Yeah, just to fix the space station, because if everyone dies, no one wins type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
The group arrives to the reactor, glowing ominously. A final challenge awaits. An automated defense turret awakens. It targets Echidna, who dodges deftly, but lasers grazes her arm. It kills her.
Yeah.
That graze really fucked her up. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
There's a laser.
That's chapter 3. Yep. Suddenly, King Oddball's goofy. Oh, okay.
King Oddball.
Magneto levitates a scrap metal, blah blah blah, to destroy the turret. They reach the reactor room. Tensions rise. Suddenly, King Oddball has a Goofy's grin fades away. I don't like this place. I feel like we're being watched. From the ventilation shafts, a deep mechanical growl echoes. The Predator emerges, holding Sadako. No one saw it coming. Her sudden approach was lethal. Her body falls to the floor. The Predator's claws drip with dark ichor. Why is she working with them? Suddenly, the lights flicker. The Traveler pulls out a hidden plasma pistol. He shoots King Oddball in the back.
No, what the fuck?
Magneto reacts instantly, sending metal shards flying at the Traveler. A brutal fight breaks out, but amidst the humming core, Gus Fring pulls Sid to safety for some reason. Jesus raises a shield of light, protecting Samuel Hayden as he works. Holy shit, he's magic.
That makes sense. I can see it.
Mason Knight, Nino Nankano, Magneto, Jesus Christ, Samuel Hayden, Predator, Gus Fring, Sid, the Traveler, and Almighty circle the reactor core, the epicenter of life and death. The trap is set. Suddenly, the final confrontation. The Traveler betrayal yesterday shattered the trust of everyone. Jesus kneels by the terminal, attempting the last-ditch stabilization prayer. Magneto, furious and exhausted, commands metal debris from shields. Suddenly, Sid trips on a loose panel, triggering an ancient mechanism. A burst of energy floods the room. A steel cage drops, imprisoning Sid, Almighty, and Gus. Inside the cage, Sid panics, Almighty frowns, and Gus Fring coolly inspects the lock. He pulls out a lockpick from his sleeve. The Predator stalks silently, eyes locked on the Traveler, the biggest current threat.
Oh,
Nina whispers to the Mason Knight, "We need to end this." Samuel Hayden's voice cuts through. Core stability will last less than 15 minutes. You cannot just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars. Magneto and the Traveler are left to face off. Magneto and Traveler face off. The Traveler counters with a plasma burst as he gets counters Magneto's metal shards with a plasma burst. Jesus Christ moves between them, pleading for peace. Suddenly, the Mason Knight charges, sword drawn, and striking the Traveler's side. The Traveler falls, but reaches for a grenade. Predator leaps, disarming the grenade with a swift strike. Magneto restrains the Traveler. Neo steps forward, delivering a precise arrow to the Traveler's heart. I don't know where she got that. Sid
Yeah.
and Gus Fring unlock the cape and escape. The core collapses. The reactor sparks wildly, alarms blaring. Jesus Christ raises his hand, and a brilliant light floods the room. Time slows. When the light fades, only Jesus Christ is remaining standing. Everyone else dies. I'm gonna redo that
Wait,
because that fucking
what?
blows.
Yeah. The power of Christ.
The reactor room is their arena, a glowing metallic cage filled with shadows and flickering lights. Mason Knight tightens his gauntlets in firm voice. This ends here. No Elijahs, no mercies. The Predator crouches low, eyes locked on Magneto. Jesus Christ calmly stands in the center, hands opening, watching everyone. The Traveler adjusts his helmet visor, scanning for openings. The battle begins. The battle. Magneto unleashes a powerful magic pulse, sending shards spiraling at the Mason Knight and Nino. Mason blocks with his armored forearms. Nino dodges with agility. The Predator silently lunges at the Traveler, who barely deflects with a plasma blade. Jesus raises a radiant shield that pulses with divine light. The Thok, or
Yo.
the power of Christ, not Thok, sorry.
Yeah.
Protecting Gus Fring as he reloads a hidden crossbow. Sid cowers behind a console, clutching a wrench like a lifeline. Mason lands a heavy punch on Almighty, sending him crashing to the console. Almighty armor cracks. Gus Fring's crossbow bolts find their mark, taking down Sid. That's not hard.
Yeah.
Nice!
He's just cowering in fear.
Nino dashes between attacks and knocks Magneto off balance, but Magneto recovers, ripping metal shards into a deadly storm. The Predator grapples with Jesus, but Jesus' shield blinds him momentarily. The Traveler fires pieces of plasma blast, wounding the Mason Knight's shoulders. The final four. Only Mason Knight. How does those people die?
Yeah, wait. There was way more than 4 a second ago.
Almighty died.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think it presumes that Nino died based on Magneto's like ripping metal shards into a deadly storm, just ripping her apart.
I see.
Yeah, it says Mason Knight, Magneto, Jesus Christ, and the Traveler.
What about Predator?
I don't know, man. Fucking Magneto's. Do you want me to redo it again, or redo this chapter again?
No, it's fine.
Magneto snarls, the shards flying, but Jesus raises a shield to absorb the attack. Why is Jesus magic? That's the
Jesus is magic. It makes sense.
Whatever.
To me.
Jesus, Mason Knight. Da-da-da-da-da. The Traveler uses distraction to fire, grazing Jesus' side. Jesus staggers. The Mason Knight and Magneto clash in a shower of sparks. The Traveler takes aim at Magneto's exposed back. The Traveler freezes, but Jesus steps in and taking the blast. The Traveler freezes. Jesus lowers his arm unhurt. It's over, he says. Jesus and Mason circle slowly. Mason strikes with precision. Jesus dodges with grace. Suddenly, Jesus grabs Mason's sword in hand and disarms him. Okay, he just convinces everyone else to lose. Okay, I'm not letting Jesus win that way.
Redo it.
If he wins this, I'm going
Add the-
to say
add the
whatever, because I said
Predator
he
back.
can't win, because it... okay, he's back.
Cool.
The survivors: Mason Knight, Nino Nankino, Samuel Hayden. There's 12. Whatever.
All right. Good.
There's a lot. There's 12
Yeah.
of them. I'm just not reading all of them.
Cool.
No one wants to strike first. Everyone waits. The Mason Knight breaks in the silence. For honor. He lunges. Nino follows, spears flashing. Why are they working together?
They've been working together.
I know, that's like just the weirdest fucking thing.
It is, yeah.
A small Japanese girl and the massive man.
Yep.
Magneto reacts fast, hurling shards of metal that rip through the air. Sid's, oh yeah, I forgot he tamed rats. His rats scatter.
Still alive.
But he's trapped underneath the debris. Sid's last stand. Sid screams as the rats swarm around him. But
Oh.
stray metal shards graze his leg, because they're protecting him.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Sid falls, hitting the floor hard. Death 11, 6. Sid. Chaos explodes. Gus Fring and
Goodbye.
the Travelers.
Goodbye.
Circle each other, exchanging gunfire. Jesus dodges using his broken pipe to block strikes from the Almighty, who reveals his brute hand-to-hand skills. Samuel Hayden hacks
Hello.
into the station's controls, trying to find any edge. The Predator stalks, picking off targets one by one. Magneto's power surges, raising every metal shard into a deadly storm. Again, Final Four. Nino's not
Oh,
dead.
Yeah. This one's scuffed.
The Final Four is Mason Knight, Magneto, Jesus Christ, and Predator.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Okay. I specifically said Jesus Christ cannot win, and it made him win.
It's just a rigged. Jesus Christ has won everything.
Okay, I'm gonna say remove Jesus.
Good.
That guy's cheating. Yeah, true.
Okay, I'm gonna read the victor just in case.
Is it Jesus Christ?
I said Jesus Christ must die. Let him win.
Yeah, that's crazy. We can't have Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is banned from the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Send him to Hoth. No, I'm just kidding. Don't
Send him
send him to
to
Hoth.
yeah.
Send him to the Phantom Zone.
Feed him to the Wampa.
Feed him to the Void.
Oh, it autocorrected to make sure Jesus Christ does instead of dies. That's why I fucking did that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, now I can
Okay.
because I fat fingered it.
Got it. Okay.
Religion has been restored.
Peace has been restored.
The survivor stand circles around the core chamber. Magneto floats slightly above, the metal swirling around him. Predator stalks the shadows.
Honestly, if you look at history, religion is one of the least peaceful things that ever has been.
Yeah.
Look at fucking Buddha.
Buddha's dead.
Oh, you're right.
Without warning, the Traveler fires first. Plasma blast at Magneto, who deflects it with a magnetic shield and retaliates, hurling chunk of debris. Gus Fring moves with lethal precision, shooting at Sid. Why is he always shooting at Sid?
Because it's just
Mason
cowering
Knight
in
charges
fear.
the Predator, blade flashing. Jesus rushes to protect Sid. He's magic again, despite me specifying he isn't.
No, he is.
Jesus Christ dies. I made sure he died, so this isn't impressive. Because he won by sheer bullshit the last
true,
four
the,
times.
The first time it was literally just like a
Just
flash
like the
of
core
white light, and
explodes.
then Jesus wakes up and everyone else is
Yeah,
dead.
it's a core. Yeah, the space station core explodes, and Jesus is just sitting there, just hey.
Yep.
Fueled by Jesus' sacrifice. Okay. The
Wait,
survivors.
Okay.
No, because Jesus sacrificed himself to save Sid.
Yeah, I know, to save Sid.
Fueled by Jesus, Magneto and the Traveler duel, swirling metal and plasma bullets.
Yes.
Mason Knight and Predator clash, their combat echoing thunder. Gus is picking off targets with cold efficiently, and Nino moves like a whirlwind, even surprising Samuel Hayden. Almighty, who's been quiet, suddenly reveals his power, a sonic boom that knocks everyone off balance. The Mason Knight and Magneto are the last two standing by the core. It just like everyone just like dies through bullshit.
Okay, cool.
Should,
Whatever.
or do you want me to try to specify even more now?
I don't care. This one has gone on for too long.
Yeah, it's the last one,
Yeah,
so I'm going to bed after this.
yeah.
Mason Knight and Magneto are the last two standing by the end of it. Metal clashes against steel. Magneto lifts Mason off the ground, but Mason's armor resists the magnetic pull. It's made of stupid, dumbass.
Okay.
He doesn't say that, but that's basically what it is. Joke's on you. This metal's not magnetic, retard.
Just somehow.
With the final shot, Mason slashes through Magneto's arm. Magneto crashes to form. It's the Mason Knight. He's the last winner.
Cool.
Or he is the winner.
Yeah.
Send him to Hoth.
Yeah.